welcome back to Geekdomo's ramp-up series. Now we're going to be covering a game called Black Desert. It's a Korean MMO with the most incredibly beautiful characters I've ever seen in a game ever. Hang on, here we go. Hey, thanks for coming by and checking out my Black Desert series. This first one is going to be on the female Elven Ranger. We're going to be going through each one of the characters that you can create, looking at the character customization, and then talk a little bit about them and play them a little bit. Alright, so Black Desert Closed Beta 3 just started today. It's the final phase of the beta test series. It should be coming out in Korea very soon. When it's coming to the United States, North America, Europe, I have no idea. It still needs to be localized. As you'll notice in the background, everything's in Korean, and I can't read Korean at all. So basically what you're going to see me doing is fiddling around, clicking on buttons until things happen and hoping that things turn out alright. I am going to be speeding the video up at certain points when I'm doing the customization. You'll get to see the final end result, but you don't have to see everything in the nth degree before you figure out, oh, okay, you can adjust this or that. The level of detail that you can go through in this game as far as adjusting the character models is the most intense I've ever seen on any game ever. And not only is it intense, but it's really, really beautiful. At some point down the road, I will probably end up doing a celebrity challenge where I'll try to see if I can make one of the characters look like a famous celebrity. It's that detailed. It's a lot like The Sims, but with more power. Also, I recorded this on OBS, which compressed it. I'm then putting it through Premiere, which is going to recompress it, and then I'm going to put it up on YouTube, which is going to compress it again. Why I'm saying that is you're going to see some artifacts in this probably. The best test of this is to run this on your own system. My system is an i7 3770K with a pair of R290s and 32 gig of RAM running on an SSD. Reason I say that is this thing pretty much taxed my system in a good way. It really pushed it because I have not had another game that pushed my system this far unless you count Star Citizen, which is another game entirely. As Star Citizen is to ships, this one is to models and characters. It's just absolutely eye candy. And when you would say, wait a second, okay, so it's eye candy, but when I get in and actually play the game, it's going to come out like crap, right? No, I'm going to show you some gameplay here in just a little bit. Alright, let's get into the body now. Now, in other games like Final Fantasy or Arcade, they had something called jiggle physics, and what that's referring to basically is the breasts tend to jiggle when they move side to side. Great, kind of fun, kind of juvenile at some points, but breasts do kind of wiggle back and forth. In this game, they've gone a little bit farther, and they've actually included jiggle physics on other parts of the body that really do move, like the thighs, the inner and outer thighs, the buttocks, the calves, and even the backs of the arms, and depending on how much volume you put into them. So if you've got really skinny thighs, they won't wiggle when you move back and forth. If you have really small breasts, they don't move back and forth when you're moving side to side. Now, I was unable to get into the gameplay and see if the jiggle physics went into the final gameplay. I really didn't see it, and it's kind of one of those things that I still can't quite get my head wrapped around, in that the character creation, the characters move a certain way and have this sort of real life physics involved, but when they get into the game, I don't ever really see it. Maybe I haven't been able to look close enough, maybe I'm not looking close enough, I don't know, but anyway, let's just watch me make the character. You'll see what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, I can't read Korean, so I don't know if there's a symmetrical slider in there somewhere, but honestly, most people's hands, legs, and arms are pretty much within the Pythagorean theorem of the golden rule, right? They all have a certain ratio that they normally look right in. Now, there are people with extra long arms, and there are people with extra long legs or short legs or whatever. I understand that, but there is a sort of standard body type that most humans have. And I don't know if there's a slider in here that allows for you to be able to put the arms back to the normal length once you've screwed up and made them like orangutan arms. Unless you actually want orangutan arms, then obviously you probably want to leave it alone. There's also an absolutely awesome tattoo system in this game. Now, it took me a little while to figure this out. I saw the tattoos and I was like, wow, there's tattoos, great. How do they work? They're actually able to be put all over the body in a placement that would really look natural, but you have to kind of fiddle with the sliders to figure out where that is. I finally end up figuring out where they go, but it took me a little while. But once you get it, you can move not only the color, the position, but you can also add a little bit of sheen to it as well. I don't know if any of you actually have tattoos, but when you get a brand new tattoo, it's usually a little bit shinier skin than an older tattoo. So it's kind of cool that you can actually adjust that. Okay, now I'm going to actually fix something I probably should have fixed first, which was the hair color. When I started this off, I didn't realize that I was skipping over the hair color because, once again, can't read Korean, so I ended up skipping over the hair color, which I really wanted, which was sort of a redhead. You can change the tips of the hair, the roots of the hair, and also add different colors of shine. I don't do it this much with this character, but in a future character that I'm going to show you later on, my mage sort of character, I really go to town with the different kinds of hues and highlights you can get in the hair colors, which is just absolutely incredible. But of course, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing at this point, so I only basically fiddled around with the length and sort of like how the fullness looked. But I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, and we're going to move on to the final part, which is the dress up part. Okay, this part here is just what it sounds like. It's a dress-up part. Basically, you get to put her in different outfits, see what she looks like. None of these outfits are available for you to wear right off the bat. Unfortunately, I thought basically I was going to be picking my default outfit to start off with, and it didn't quite work. I kind of wanted to go with a more realistic-looking female. I don't expect most women would probably go into combat wearing nothing but a bikini, but hey, you know, that's the way it goes in fantasy games. So I did try to pick one that I thought would be more realistic, you know, kind of heavily armored, with a little bit of sexiness to it, but it didn't work, so I ended up just wearing what the default one was anyway. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up one last time, and we're going to show you some of the combat. I am going to shut up for the combat part. I just want you to notice a few things. First off is the tilt shift and the bokeh effect that's on the camera. It's absolutely gorgeous. I want you to pay attention to that. Also, it looks like it uses the EverQuest con system. Mobs will show up as being either green, yellow, red, or purple. Purple being sort of like the old days where they would just attack you straight up, or they basically will kick your ass if you try to go up against a purple mob. Also, I have no idea what to do with the questing system. As you can figure out, I don't Korean. Alright, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to turn up the volume, and you guys can check out the game as it sounds right now, and I will be back at the end to wrap up what my thoughts are. Okay, so that's my first look at Black Desert. I will be doing one of these videos for each one of the characters, and then I'll also probably do some fun ones where later on I try to make a celebrity or something like that. That'll be coming more through the weeks. Also, I am seriously considering starting a Black Desert podcast. I will let you know more about that as time goes by, but make sure you check out my Twitch channel, www.twitch.tv/Geekdomo, which I'm on 7 days a week, and I will probably talk more about it over there. Alright everybody, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you comment below, tell me what you like, what you didn't like about the video. I can fix it for the next ones, and I will be back very soon with the other videos. Until next time, remember everybody, it's nice to be important, but more important to be nice. See ya.